The Tirumala temple, a place of worship, where the laddus hold a very special place in the hearts of millions of devotees and believers. Now the row over the use of possible animal fat in the Prasad has left a bitter aftertaste, sparking national outrage and a fiery political showdown.
Huge row over alleged adulterated ghee used in Tirupati Prasadam. National Dairy Development Board's lab test on some samples of cow ghee procured by the Tirumala Tirupati Devsthanam contained traces of fish oil, beef tallow, lard or pig fat.
It is adulterated with animal fats. So it is lard, which is a pig fat, then palm oil and beef tallow, then fish oil included, rapeseed, linseed and all these things. It's like a concoction of all these.
The temple board statement comes days after Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu at an event meeting claimed that animal fat was used in Tirupati laddus during the previous regime of Jagmohan Reddy.
కావాల్సినటువంటి ముడి సరుకులన్నీ కూడా నాసి రకం వాడడం, అది కాకుండా పవిత్రమైన దేవాలయాల్లో కూడా అపవిత్రమైన ముడి సరుకులు వాడడం, ఇలాంటివన్నీ చేసి కంపు చేశారు.
Later, TDP spokesperson Annam Venkata Rama Reddy held a press conference displaying the lab report which confirmed the presence of beef tallow, fish oil and pig fat in the ghee sample. The centre has sought a report from the Andhra Pradesh government.
जो रिपोर्ट है जिस सोर्स से आई है, उस रिपोर्ट को पूरी तहकीकात करके उसके सारे पहलुओं को ध्यान में रख करके सूटेबल एक्शन विल बी टेकन अकॉर्डिंगली. जो भी कानून के दायरे में और जो भी हमारी नियमावली फूड सेफ्टी स्टैंडर्ड्स अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया के तहत आती है, उसके तहत हम इस पर कार्रवाई करेंगे.
Deputy Chief Minister Pawan Kalyan called for a Sanatan Dharm board to look into all temple issues and urged a debate on temple management in the country. Jagan's party YSRCP has moved the High Court, accusing Chief Minister Naidu of making heinous allegations for political gains.
Animal fat ghee కు బదులు వాడినారని ఇదే పెద్ద మనిషి చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు ముఖ్యమంత్రి హోదాలో ఉంటూ ఒక ముఖ్యమంత్రిగా తాను మాట్లాడిన మాటలివి.
The BJP and Congress has trained guns on Jagan Mohan Reddy, seeking a CBI probe.
उसकी CBI से जांच होनी चाहिए. CBI के जांच के दायरे में आना चाहिए कि कितने रुपए का घी लिया गया, कौन चर्बी का घी क्यों लिया गया, और दूसरा प्रश्न, ये हिंदू धर्म के साथ घोर अत्याचार है.
We are demanding a CBI inquiry into this issue because it is not a small issue. It does not pertain to a small group of people but to crores of people. We have also written to the Home Minister of India, Mr. Amit Shah, demanding for a CBI inquiry into this matter.
Allegations of adulterated ghee being used to make Tirupati laddus has become a political flashpoint. The state government now faces the challenge of restoring trust among devotees and preventing the situation from escalating to bigger crisis. With Apurva Jayachandran in Tirupati, in Andhra, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, news break coming in. YSRCP Chief and former Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy has said, I myself am writing a letter to the Prime Minister. I am also writing a letter to the Chief Justice of India. I am explaining to them as to how Chandrababu Naidu twisted the facts and why should action not be taken against him for having done so.
ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్ కు లేఖ రాస్తాను దీని తర్వాత, సుప్రీం కోర్టు చీఫ్ జస్టిస్ గారికి కూడా లేఖ రాస్తాను దీని తర్వాత. చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారు అనే వ్యక్తి తన రాజకీయ యావ కోసం దురుద్దేశంతో తిరుమల తిరుపతి వెంకటేశ్వర స్వామి ఆలయాన్ని భ్రష్టు పట్టించే విధంగా తాను మలైన్ చేసే కార్యక్రమం చేయడం, ధర్మమేనా, దీని మీద ఎంక్వైరీ జరగాలి, చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారికి అక్షింతలు పడాలి అని చెప్పి కూడా లేఖ రాస్తాం.
All right, more news break coming in. The Andhra Deputy CM Pawan Kalyan has also now come in pitching for Sanatan Dharm Board. Time for National Board to manage temples. Lashing out at Jagan, he says for years substandard ghee went unnoticed. Listen in.
We don't have the right to hurt people's sentiments in the name of politics, in the name of short-sightedness. We cannot do it. So I feel something else to be, maybe both in entire Bharat. I think entire temples have become a big issues, and also it has become a consistent and regular pattern of habitual offenders out there who are attacking Sanatana Dharma. My thing is, if you start doing it, we don't know where it will lead to. It can lead to a lot of conflicts and everything. We have to constitute. I've been thinking for quite a long time. I think I propose to constitute a Sanatana Dharma Parirakshana Board or Sanatana Dharma Rakshana Board is very essential to keep the sanctity of temples alive, and any kind of mismanagement, any kind of desecration happens to idols and all. I think it is not about one party, it is not about one individual. It is, I think all of us should come together. I think that's one aspect we are looking at, and that's what we are going for.
Animal fat contaminated in where the ghee used for the Prasad at the Tirupati temple is concerned. Now, this Prasad was used as the holy Prasadam at the Lord Venkateshwara temple in the Tirumala, was allegedly made with animal fat. Now, this was ascertained by a dairy lab report which confirmed adulterants and that the ghee was contaminated, sparking a nationwide controversy. The TDP has now accused the YSRCP of offending Hindu sentiments over this issue. The ghee supplier, AR Foods from Dindugul, denies using animal fat. Here's the full report.
Beef fat, pig fat, fish oil. This is what the holy Prasadam at the revered Lord Venkateshwara temple in Tirumala was allegedly made with. A dairy lab report confirmed the presence of these adulterants in the ghee used to make the Prasadam, and it's triggered a nationwide controversy.
We don't have any internal lab to test adulteration in the ghee. And also there is no system of testing the quality of ghee for adulteration in outside labs also. There is no system. We could have explored, we could have done it, it's very easy. The rates are so low that everyone can say, not necessarily an expert, anyone will say that it is a, you cannot get ghee, pure cow ghee, which is offered to Swami at this rate, 320 rupees per kg.
From fish oil, lard to beef tallow, these were some of the ingredients that a shocking report has come out from Tirumala Tirupati Devsthanams, where we are at. In fact, these reports that have now come out exposes the kind of gaps and glitches that had been going on in the TTD Devsthanams over the last 5 years.
The TDP has cited this report to accuse the YSRCP of hurting the sentiments of lakhs of Hindus. But who supplied the ghee? Allegedly, it was AR Foods based in Tamil Nadu's Dindigul, but they denied all allegations of using animal fat.
This has happened in June, July. Okay. And we have supplied not even 0.1 the total requirement of Tirupati. Okay. Out of that, they have made a complaint after receipt of 4 tankers. They accepted and paid. Okay. And the 5th tanker, they gave a complaint, and we have challenged it, and we have given the counterpart report. Okay. And we are also sending the tankers only by testing from reputed NABL lab and certified by the Agmark authority.
So we are denying all charges, sir. There was no mixture
Yes,
of...
already we have denied and we have challenged, and it is on the process.
It's not just the TDP. Former priests at the temple are also alleging that there were complaints about the quality of ghee.
Since last 5 years, there has been alterations in the timings of food offerings and the duration of the food offerings. It's my immediate duty to meet the Honorable CM and explain to him about what has been going on and what are the steps to be taken to rectify all these things.
The YSRCP in response has lashed out at TDP, even moving the Andhra High Court, seeking a High Court judge monitored probe into the charges raised by Naidu. CM Naidu has promised a detailed probe while condemning the use of contaminated ghee in the Prasadam.
కావాల్సినటువంటి ముడి సరుకులన్నీ కూడా నాసి రకం వాడడం, అది కాకుండా పవిత్రమైన దేవాలయాల్లో కూడా అపవిత్రమైన ముడి సరుకులు వాడడం, ఇలాంటివన్నీ చేసి కంపు చేశారు.
The shocking details that have emerged of the adulteration of ghee has led to serious questions of the rot and corruption plaguing Tirumala Tirupati Devsthanam. With Apurva Jayachandran in Tirupati, Bureau Report, India Today.
My colleague Apurva joins us live now on the broadcast. Apurva, the allegations that have been made on the basis of the lab report are disturbing. They are shocking to say the least, but can also be very, very dangerous at this time as religion and religious belief is involved. The question that I ask you, Apurva, now is the lab that is given this report. Word is that the lab wasn't the one used in Hyderabad or even anywhere close by, but the samples were sent all the way to Gujarat. Number one, was that true? Number two, Apurva, if you can give details, why was a sample sought to check whether it was adulterated or what was the components of the ghee? Was there any doubt in the quality of Prasad? Can you give us what really led to the checking of the sample and where was it sent?
Well, Preeti, it's important to note what the TTD board executive officer has said, Mr. Shamla Rao. What he has said is that the adulteration test has been given for the first time here of the sampling of the ghee. What he has explained to us is that there were actually, 5 suppliers of ghee who give for making of the various prasadams here in Tirumala, be it the rice or the kheer or the iconic laddu or several other items as well. All of the prasadam that is being given to the devotees, those are made of pure ghee. And what he has said is that the EO recently took charge after the the TTD board had revamped its entire board. This board was revamped right after the TDP-led NDA government came into power. And in fact, what the EO is saying is that there was a conversation that had happened between him and the Chief Minister there, Mr. Naidu, wherein Mr. Naidu had spoken about his thoughts of the quality of the Tirumala Prasad not being up to the standard, and that there were complaints that he had received, following which, the TTD's executive officer Shamla Rao decided to go ahead and check the samples of the suppliers who had issued the ghee via tankers. Each tanker, let me remind you, is roughly makes about 15,000 kgs of prasadam, these 5 suppliers keep sending tankers on a daily basis or a weekly basis. That's what we're getting to know. And each of these tankers or suppliers are chosen based on the bidding that they give for the tender issued. The EO also explained to us in detail how the last 5 suppliers, that is the current suppliers for the Tirumala Tirupati Devsthanams, was in fact brought in by the former government, that is the YSRCP government, and that one of the suppliers there who provided the ghee, in fact, they are from Dindikal there, AR contingency, and that company, in fact, which used, which had in fact brought in those test samples, found out to be adulterated. So that's
where was the sample sent for testing, Apurva?
Brought out. These samples were in fact sent to Gujarat to one of the top labs. 4 tankers, each of the tankers, two tankers samples were tested on 2 individual days. That is on 6th July, 2 tanker samples were sent. On 12th July, the other 2 tanker samples were sent. But one thing that Mr. Shamla Rao does say is that 6 tankers from the supplier had been, 10 tankers from the supplier had been brought in, out of which 4 were sent to sampling, testing, but unfortunately, the rest of the 6 had already been used to make the prasadam. That's what we are getting to know.
Okay.
So the 6, the 4 samples that had been gone for testing, it took almost over a week for the test results to come back, which then had shocking revelations, wherein not only was seed oil used, but also animal fat such as the fish oil, buffalo, the beef lard, as well as beef tallow was found. So that's what is the shocking revelation.
Well, the YSRCP, appreciate you joining us, Purva. The YSRCP in all of this is alleging political conspiracy. Viewers, it's a explosive story. There are religious sentiments that are involved, but it's also a highly political story as well.